Okay guys, this is Dragonlord back from Logistics. We are going to cover a second tutorial, which is basic terrain editing. When you get into FPS Creator Reloaded, you'll notice that it is massive. There is a huge amount of terrain that is covered here. So if we zoom out, this is random terrain that you start with. It's randomly generated obviously, but you'll see the map is absolutely huge from corner to corner. There's a lot of land here to work with. So let's cover a few of the basics. Zoom in and out, mouse wheel. As you see, it's quite slow. If you hold down the shift key, you can actually speed up that process. So what we're going to cover is just a few quick things. The radius, this has been one of the questions asked in the forum. The size of the radius for editing the map, it's plus and minus will allow you to edit the size. Okay. If we go across the top here, you'll see we've got new random level and new flat level. So those who want to start on a flat level, this is quite handy. Open a new map, or rather open a save map, save your current map or save as. I've got a few recent maps. Terrain, shaping tool, up and down. Level tool, which brings your height map to a set level based on a shaped height that you've made. Stored level, based on a level mode that you've built, so you can build it in a separate area. Paint your ground with gravel, paint your ground with rock, and paint your ground with grass. View, toolbars, and help, standard help menus. Still a lot more to be filled in there. If we come across the top here, your icons are pretty much what we covered up the menus up the top. Random level, load level, save level, zoom in and out, set height map of your terrain, set a level based on the height map of your terrain, store and reproduce that height level from the stored level, paint gravel onto your textures, paint rock onto your textures, paint grass onto your textures, entities, which are over here, back to terrain editing, so entity editing and terrain editing, waypoints for bad guys or friendlies, waypoint editing to choose where you want them to go, and of course load level. We also have in this, this is version 104, you also have the store down the bottom here, so if you click on FPS Creator it will load the Game Creator store for acquiring models and hopefully a lot of other goodies in the future. So if we zoom out, have a quick look here, if we were to go new, flat level, it's going to generate a nice flat level for us, okay, and from here we're going to just quickly look at height maps. So shape your mode, this will enable you to raise your terrain wherever you drag that mouse, and again if we increase the radius it will raise a larger amount. Okay. If we want to set a height level, we can level your textures, or rather the height map, sorry, to a set level of your terrain that you've built. Okay, so for instance here I'm making all this terrain that one level. There's been a lot of confusion and a lot of talks on the forum about why is there two buttons that are the same. I'm just going to quickly cover that they're not the same, and these are these two buttons here, which is your level mode and stored level. Now as you just know, I've set that level there at one particular height. If I want that same height across from it without linking the two, I use that stored level mode, and that will load that stored level that we had created earlier. Okay, without that tool, you would actually have to build your stored level over, create the area, and then flatten your stored level back to ground height, like that. Okay, people have been asking about water. I'm going to answer another question. Water is not actually generated until you lower the terrain to that level. So if we go to manipulate terrain and we lower it, you can lower it down to the level where water is like this. Okay. Then it starts calculating. So as far as performance of your machine goes, you're not going to have reduced performance by loading water that doesn't exist, because it doesn't exist until you make it exist. So that's a handy little feature. Guys, that's a basic map editing for today, and we're going to cover in the next tutorial how to paint different textures onto it. Thank you very much.